Hi folks, Dr. Bob McCauley. The best herb in the world that I know of, and my favorite herb. Check out all my books on audible.com. Well, my favorite herb is Mucuna pruriens. Most people haven't heard of it. Some people call it velvet bean. And what it's got that no other herb in the world has is L-Dopa, which is an amino acid, and that is a precursor to dopamine. And so you stop producing dopamine, and then you produce melatonin and serotonin, and all these brain chemicals. But so it's a mood enhancer. But what it really does eventually is it produces HGH, human growth hormone, and this is critical. It's one of the to longevity in it and staying youthful. I mean, I would say maybe the number one reason I'm so youthful and so energetic at my age, 64. Is because I take Mucuna religiously every night right before I go to bed. Now, you HGH, human growth hormone, you stop producing that stuff by 30 years old, especially if you are on a typical cooked food, sort of especially junk food, fast food diet, processed foods, the kind of diet most people are on, honestly, and especially when you're in your 20s and 30s, boy, I'm never going to get old and sick. That's for somebody else, But you got to be getting HGH, human growth hormone, all the time. Now, human growth hormone is created and specifically in your body a couple times. Number one, 1 hour after physical workout. Okay, so you go to work out and you're lifting weights. It's got to be really physical stuff, lifting weights or running really hard, cardio. And then an hour later, you're producing HGH. Your brain is producing that. And then 2 hours after REM sleep. So, usually that's in the later hours in the morning, like 4 or 5 in the morning if you go to bed at a normal time. So, I take it right before I go to bed. I take about a half a teaspoon. I mean, I've been doing this for, 10, 15 years now. And I guarantee it's one of the number one reasons I look as young as I do, and I keep doing great. I feel great. I still run 6-minute mile and all that, and it's because of Mucuna pruriens. And very few people ever talk about it. You don't hear much. Nobody has been out there to do a branded product of which is really common, like they've done ashwagandha and they've done bacopa and all this kind of stuff. Well, Mucuna has not been done, but it's the most valuable herb in the world. I mean, it produces dopamine, as I said, so it is a mood enhancer. It'll make you feel better. One warning about it: never take it on an empty stomach. I took it a few times on an empty stomach and got sick to my stomach. So you don't want to do it. I don't know exactly why that is. I could have some theories. Maybe it's overstimulating the brain or something. But that one will definitely make you sick or nauseous. So anyway, but if you've eaten, you're fine. So that's what's in there, L-Dopa, and that's the herb. And I do a 15% extraction when I buy it. It's great for any kind of neurological disease. So you see Parkinson's. I know somebody who totally reversed their Parkinson's with my Mucuna. And by the way, somebody else was selling some for like a little tub, $400, that big. It was all white, so that means it was really a high extraction. $400. I sell a pound for like $55. So somewhere in there. So it's not terribly expensive or anything. And by the way, it's called velvet bean. It's actually the seed you're taking you're extracting, do the extraction from, and it's a water extraction. It's not chemical, so it's water soluble. But amazing stuff. It doesn't taste bad. There's some really herbs out there that really taste really bad, like holy basil's awful, as an extract. But this one isn't. It's not bad. And again, I take it usually just like a half a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon at the most, right before I go to bed. And but Parkinson's, all your neurological disease. So when I hear about a neurological disease, seizures, okay, I'm going to recommend Magtine for that as well. I would recommend it for the brain no matter what, but Magtine is really good for seizures. Alzheimer's, I would do the Mucuna. Again, that L-Dopa, you want to get those brain chemicals really working. And again, you look at these dementia-related diseases such as Lewy body's disease or Alzheimer's. That's brain toxicity. So you can feed the brain; it'll help. But it's people live on a junk food diet. You know, the brain is like a sponge. You know, it's just mostly fat, and so it just absorbs things, and they get hung up in there. So if you're eating if you're on a terrible diet and you're eating all this garbage food, then end up with brain problems, and in particular, eventually, Alzheimer's or some other dementia-related disease. You've just got too much crap going on out there, and the the synapses can't make contact. I mean, everything's a mess, and so you lose your memory, and then you lose your cognitive ability. You've lost touch with reality. I saw that happen to somebody I knew very well. They just kind of slip away little by little. But Mucuna for Parkinson's, for any kind of neurological seizures, any neurological disease, absolutely amazing. But it also for the production of HGH, one of the great keys to longevity. Dr. Bob, I'll see you next time. Hey folks, check out all my books on Amazon.com. I've written 7 books now, but this one's on Audible. Silver, the Miracle Mineral, End of Infectious Disease. The Cure in the Mirror, Nature's Protocol for Surviving Cancer. That's on Audible. And then my most popular book, I have sold tens of thousands of these books through the years, never promoted it, never marketed it. It is The Miraculous Properties of Ionized Water, the definitive guide to the world's healthiest substance. 3rd edition. I revamped the whole thing. It's on Audible too. So those are all read by the author's voice, my voice, and I hope you like them.